Uh, what's good, Golson? Puma, don't come up in here trying to control my live again. Make sure y'all hit that like as you come in. Trash. That dude is trash. What's good? What's good? Hit the like as you come in, people. We're gonna get started in about. I'm gonna get started in probably like 2 minutes. Got a couple things I want to cover, as y'all can see. 4 topics. We are covering the NBA right now. I know some people y'all tune in for other things, but I be telling people like such as Poma, you should subscribe to Black Chat Chronicles. That's where I do a lot of the topics that you're interested in, and that comes on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. This one, typically basketball channel, I got the UAN Hoops channel, which is typically where I do the basketball topics. But the reason why I air all of them on this channel, the UAN TV one, is because this is my biggest platform, and I do it to for a bigger reach. But eventually, once my other channels reach a certain amount of audience, then I'll you know eventually stop putting them on this channel. Anyways, you say did you like the Hornets game? The Hornets game was cool. It was cool. Everybody was getting on Lamelo for they said that was a dirty play that he did, but yeah, it was a cool game. The the Suns and Portland and Warriors and Clippers game was more exciting though, in my opinion. That was game of the year, in my opinion. The Hornets game, really. Why was that game the game of the year to you? Man, I thought the game was cool. The game of the year. Anyway, so like I said, 4 topics, people. We're gonna cover the Suns and Warriors. Two of my favorites, obviously. If you have been following the channel long enough, you know I'm a Suns fan, but also my favorite player is Stephen Curry. So it's bittersweet for me with this first topic. We're gonna cover that. Then we're gonna talk about LeBron's GOAT case, which really is non-existent, but the media love to keep advertising it. Appreciate that, Naya. They love to keep on advertising it as if it's actually a real thing. And recently, Kendrick Perkins stirred up some bullshit saying if LeBron manages to win this series against the Rockets without Luka and Reeves, that makes him the GOAT unquestionably, and that's insane for him to even say that. But we're gonna dive into that. And then we're gonna talk about the Steph Curry era. That's right. This is the Steph Curry era, not the LeBron James era. And I will bring in the facts and statistics to prove it. And lastly, we're going to talk about the chances of the world champion Oklahoma City Thunder. What are their chances of repeating, and who are their legit threats? So, first and foremost, we're going to start things off with the Suns and the Warriors. Like I said, bittersweet for me. I am a fan of both teams. The Suns is my team. Stephen Curry is my favorite player. If you tuned in to the live yesterday, I kind of already let you know, guys, know how I feel about it. I am rooting for my Suns. The Suns always come first, but I wouldn't be mad if the Warriors won as well. Now, what is my opinion and prediction on who will come on top? Man, it's really tough to say because my son's been really bullshitting lately. Like if this was a question 2 months ago, I would easily say Phoenix. In fact, if this was the Suns 2 months ago, we wouldn't have lost that game to Portland. But the fact that Dylan seems to not be the same, and the overall team just mediocre now. If Steph Curry comes with a flurry, especially if we give up as many threes as we gave up to Portland, we're gonna be looking at a long night. Who I'm gonna pick to win it? Man, it's so tough to say. I'm gonna go with Phoenix. But let's say if the Warriors were to win, only thing, the biggest bittersweet outside of them, stopping my Suns from actually making the playoffs, I would also be concerned about Steph Curry making it to the next round because he would have to face off against none other than the almighty Oklahoma City Thunder. And here's the thing. Um, I'm trying to think. I know Steph Curry doesn't have many first round exits. He may have one. But one thing I know for certain is he hasn't been swept ever in his career. In fact, I don't think he's even been gentleman swept before. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more when we get to the Steph Curry era. But that would be my biggest thing. Like if the Warriors were to face off against the Oklahoma City Thunder, I would hate to see Steph Curry suffer his first sweep. I mean, he is GOAT Curry. He might still find a way to get it done. he never seems to impress me when it comes to this basketball shit. So he may still not get swept, but um, the likelihood is pretty goddamn high. I hate to say it. Kawhi's tenure in the Clippers might be worse than LeBron's era. LeBron's era, with what? The Lakers? The referees in the NBA is in love with Steph Curry. They shouldn't have won last night, but they'll go that word. But they'll go that word. But you got to watch the referees and these guys. So I'll admit the referees absolutely do be playing a part. The referees do be bullshitting and cheating. The referees absolutely do be cheating. I must say. But I don't know if I can say they were cheating for the Warriors last night because um, Steph Curry didn't go to the line very much. The Warriors didn't shoot. Let me check how many total free throws the Warriors shot. And I didn't think there was a shitload of bad calls. Like every game, you know, no, have bad calls. That happens in the game. The refs aren't perfect, but there is certain times where you can tell that they're just flat out cheating. Now, me looking at it, I didn't see that, but you know, let's take a look at these free throws. That's typically when they're trying to rig a game, how they do it. So the Warriors shot 21 free throws. It's not that bad. It's not many free throws, and they only made 13. That's the crazy part. And then the Clippers shot 17. So the Warriors only got four more free throws than them. And the craziest part is the Clippers actually went 17 for 17 from the line. They didn't miss any. So they actually made more free throws than the Warriors. What happened is Kawhi Leonard got locked up in the fourth quarter. That's really what happened. Like, dude didn't do anything in the fourth. So if you want to blame it on something, that's where you should be leaning. Also, they allowed the Warriors to make 14 3-pointers. I mean 19 3-pointers. And they only made 14. So clutch time, the crunch time and 3-pointers is kind of what did it for them. Because I'm looking at everything. There's nothing really here that's indicating that they were cheating for the Warriors. My brother, you've been watching basketball for a long time. These NBA referees put those whistles away for certain teams in crucial situations. So let me know exactly what time period are you talking about where you feel like they were cheating? Like exactly what happened? When the NBA needs a team to win, you will see Tony Brothers and Tony Foster. I think you meant Scott Foster in those games. I agree. They do typically send those guys out when cheating is done. 100%. But they weren't there. Tony Brothers, I think Tony Brothers was there. I think they were the officials. But again, you're at this point, you're just giving me some words out because I'm asking you what exactly last night were they doing to make them win? Like, if you ask me that, because I know a couple games where I feel like some cheating was being done. And if you ask me how they were cheating, I would be able to directly tell you how it happened, when it happened, things of that nature. Like in '07, game 3 of the 2007 playoffs against the San Antonio Spurs, round um, round two. It was the Western Conference semifinals. They absolutely were cheating. Bad foul calls, no calls for us on the other side. And then on top of that, Tim Duncan was caught cheating. They actually was able to verify it and prove that he was cheating. In 2016, Game 6, I believe they cheated the Warriors so that Cleveland could come back and force Game 7. Called multiple bad calls on Steph Curry. Multiple bad. It was 3 calls on him that was legitimate and 3 calls that was very, very questionable. And each time Steph Curry was starting to build a rhythm and kind of look like he might get started cooking, they called a foul on him to fuck up his rhythm. So I'm giving you some reasons on why I feel like, you know, the referees were rigging the game. Another one, and one, I can't remember exactly what game it was, but when the Lakers faced the Sacramento Kings, they were absolutely cheating. No, a lot of no calls on the end for the Kings. They actually allowed Kobe to damn near elbow and push down Mike Bibby right in front of the refs. No call. Cheating their ass out. I haven't watched one basketball game this season. I feel it. I shouldn't say cheating. I should say these games are rigged. I do think the games are rigged to a good degree. I can rock with you on that. But the cheating, I didn't really see it. Yeah, Joe. The same game he threw the mouthpiece because he got mad. That- so that's the game I'm talking about. Yeah, game 6 in '01 when they were cheating for the Lakers against Sacramento. Exactly. See, those are games that I can just point out and tell you exactly when and where when they were cheating. Do you remember when the Celtics played Golden State in the first championship run and somehow Tony Butters made sure the Celtics was going to lose that series? Celtics did not have a. No, I don't remember that. I recall Jason Tatum choking and not doing what he's supposed to do, and Steph Curry overcame and beat them. That's what I saw. Yeah, I agree with that, Miles. It's definitely rigged when they team lose, and even I'll say it, but I try to be honest. If I feel like my team just got beat, I just say my team got beat. Like I will absolutely say the Suns and Portland game. That what day was that Tuesday? It was definitely some questionable call. Absolutely. But I didn't blame it on the cheating of the refs because I know we still could have won that game had we just simply made our free throws. We missed way too many free throws. That's why we lost. The biggest factor, at least as far as I can see. If the Clippers won, they wouldn't have said was yeah, exactly. He wouldn't have said shit. I'm still sticking to my opinion. Spurs winning the ring this year. I think I'm gonna stick with mine that they're 1 year away. I think Wemby has I think Wemby has one more year to get better before he kind of maybe even solidify himself as the best player in the league, and then they'll be ready to win a title. I still don't think they're there yet. See, and that's another bad example that you're making. You're saying that if Ball did what he did to Bam to Curry, it would have been a different story. Yeah, it would have. I'm gonna tell you, it would have. But guess what? 2 reasons why it would have. The reason why it would have been a different story is because one, Stephen Curry is a superstar. Bam Adebayo is not. Stephen Curry is a once in a generational player. Bam Adebayo is not. And then on top of that, the referees also are a lot more harsh on if you do something to a smaller player opposed to a bigger player. Like if Shaq get hacked, they'll call a foul or something maybe, but they're not going to do as much. You do that to a much smaller player like Allen Iverson Steve Nash, the PGs, the Stephen Currys of the world, they're gonna they're gonna do way more to it because that's a bigger player doing something to a smaller player. It's always been like that. At least far as I since I've been watching the NBA, it's been like that. You said the Celtics was going to beat the Spurs, and the referee kicked Jalen Brown out. They got which game are you referring to? Are you referring to when he got the tech? Because to be honest with you, Jalen Brown did that to himself. Because I watched that game, and that's what you're speaking of. He could have set his ass up. He kept going. Yeah, Steph went off last night, but shout out to Al Horford and Draymond too. They always pivotal. So every player is not treated the same. So only Draymond Green can play Kawhi Leonard that way, but every other player it would have been a foul, correct? Play him how? And I can see what it is now. You already done pretty much told me what it is. You're a Celtics fan and you better than Steph beat y'all in 2022. That's what it is. I get it. Okay, so okay, I get you. So you're saying Draymond gets away with a lot of talking. True. But I'm gonna tell you this. Here's another thing in the league that they also do. If you are, I mean, I know it's kind of crazy, but they do also judge things based on personnel, right? So Draymond, they're used to him always talking shit, not shutting up, and doing that. So Draymond got to do something very egregious for them to throw him out the game when it comes to him talking. Because they like, okay, this is Draymond being Draymond. But if Steph Curry on the flip side would have done that, or Jalen Brown, because he typically doesn't do that as well, yeah, they'll probably give you a text like, damn, Steph, damn, Jalen, why are you talking to me like that, nigga? That ain't you. That is a thing in the NBA. But it could be because he plays for Boston. You know, a lot of teams don't like Boston Celtics. I would go as far as saying that they don't have a they don't like Jalen Brown in particular and Jason Tatum. I can rock with you a little bit on that because we know LeBron controls the league, and you remember he said something about Bronny, and ever since then it's been a black cat in his area, been a monkey on his back. Some of the superstars you cannot touch. You cannot touch SGA. You cannot touch Joker. You cannot touch Luca. I mean, shit. Yeah, you got players like that. I'm a Cade fan, and I am a solid Detroit West Side Detroit fan. Okay, gotcha. I like to watch the Celtics play because I like Joe Mazzulla. I think he's a really good coach that's really underrated, and he had a team that wasn't even supposed to be this good. I agree with you. Jalen Brown absolutely didn't lie. He told the motherfucking Jew. But unfortunately, like I said, LeBron runs the league, so you can't say that. Kawhi Town, hell no, Kawhi up out of here. What you mean by Kawhi time? You seen what my boy Steph did to his ass? Sent his ass packing. Bro, you know, good damn well Bronny ain't hooping. Stop capping that. Come on now. Don't come in and cap. SG, what's good, my boy? But what's y'all picks on this Suns and Warriors game? Who y'all think winning? Well, he just told me his pick before I got to get it out. Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. Why do you might be right? He might send us home because bro, we ain't supposed to make it this far. We supposed to beat Portland. Like, and I hate to say it, Devin Booker pissed me the fuck off. That nigga missed 5 free throws, bro. No, under no circumstances do your star player supposed to miss 5 free throws if he's a good free throw shooter. Now, if he's a Shaq or something like that, then you understand that. That's not his specialty. But Devin Booker, you're a 80+% free throw shooter in a big game. You cannot miss fucking 5 free throws, bro. Who you saying choked? The Clippers or the Suns? You know it's crazy. Greg Popovich be making some good coaches because the players that play under him be trash, but they'll turn out to be a good coach. It's crazy. It's three of them that I can think of off the top that really wasn't that good as a player, but they're doing damn good as a coach. You got Tiago Splitter, you got Ime Udoka, and of course Steve Kerr. All three of them played under Greg, and all three doing exceptionally well as a coach. Suns are going to win. They have more interior and on ball defense. Yeah, we got to do something about that perimeter defense, though. Because, like I said, we let Portland shoot lights out. That was huge. A part of why we lost as well. We can't let them motherfuckers hit that many threes. They're going to need 30 something points from Stephen Curry, and Draymond Green is going to have to go into getting somebody out of their game in order to throw that young fella off his game. Hmm. I wonder who Draymond's going to be guarding because I mean I doubt he guard D Book because D Book is smaller. He's not going to guard Jalen Green. He can get in Jalen Green's head though because he got in his head last year when they was playing in Houston. Man told that nigga to go paint your nails. Yeah, Porzingis played. He played pretty well too. He might guard Dillon. That's what I would probably guess on. He probably guarding Dillon. You talking about Jalen Green, right? Al Hufford is the secret weapon. That's the guy you got to watch out for. Yeah, he came up big yesterday. But Jalen Green played well Tuesday. So far, it's just Devin Booker didn't play well. Also, while we at it, since we still in the play-in zone, who y'all got for the Hornets and the Magic? That guy gonna be boring to me, but I'm pulling for the Hornets. Me personally, I'm gonna go for the young Bulls. Try to get up in there and possibly upset Detroit. I wouldn't be mad at it. I know you just said you're a Detroit fan, so of course you're gonna be against that. Yeah, Banchero wasn't playing too well for sure. The little bitch ass made me lose my money. They pushing the Hornets, yeah. Orlando might choke like Miami. I don't know if I can say Miami choke. Miami didn't choke. That was a good game. You gotta look at it. They lost their best player midway through the game. Now I won't say they chose. Hey Joe, you probably on to something, my boy. Real shit. 'Cause I do think that's a thing. I think the same thing is happening to John Morant right now. And I believe that same thing happened to Derrick Rose. You think Eric Spoelstra did a bad job with the rotations? Yeah, I don't know. I saw the second half because I was in traffic, so I caught it late. About time I started tuning in, Bam was already hurt. Anyways, let me go ahead and move on to this next topic, good people. Now it's about to get a little spicy. YD, if you still in the building, I need your ass front and center. Because I know you heard that ridiculous stance that Kendrick Perkins ass said. saying that bullshit that if LeBron James wins somehow wins this series against the Houston Rockets, excuse me, this makes him the GOAT. That's insane. And I need somebody to explain to me, or if anybody agrees with that, explain to me how the hell is that even possible? For those of y'all that ain't heard what this crusted line ass nigga said, I'm gonna share it real quick for those of y'all that didn't hear it. Please don't listen to Kendrick Perkins. There's not enough airtime in the world to be listening to Kendrick Perkins. Stop watching. Oh, I don't watch ESPN. Trust me, I don't watch it at all. But I already know it ain't nothing but LeBron-led media propaganda. But I watch other people's channel on YouTube, and that's where I kind of see it at. That's how I even heard about this bullshit.
Is it LeBron or is it KD?
It's old King James. Do you realize that the Lakers are one of the biggest underdogs to start the playoffs? They have a 15% chance at winning this series. And let me explain why I say it's LeBron James. No Luka Doncic, no Austin Reeves. If a 41-year-old LeBron James in the head-to-head matchup with Kevin Durant comes out and pulls off this victory and comes out victorious in this series, I don't want to hear a damn thing anymore about the GOAT conversation. The GOAT conversation will be officially over. I don't want to hear from Stephen A. I don't want to hear from my brother Mike Wilborn. I don't want to hear none of that. If a 41-year-old LeBron James comes out and lead this Laker team to a first-round victory, being a heavy underdog, I don't want to hear anything about the GOAT conversation.
Oh,
when you look at the roster that he has, Jake LaRavia, we're talking about Bronny, Marcus Smart, DeAndre Ayton against this Houston Rockets team in the head-to-head with Kevin Durant. LeBron James has everything to gain in this series at the age of 41 years old. Everything.
Oh,
It's really annoying and disgusting how they keep doing. If y'all haven't noticed, it's a trend. They do this shit every year. Every year, they come up with some kind of delusional bullshit for LeBron. And they say, if LeBron does this, he's unquestionably the GOAT. And the problem is, he never follows through. Never. Every time they try to pump up something, he always falls short. And the craziest part is when he falls short, they just make up a bunch of excuses, blame his teammates, blame the coach, and then move a few pieces next year and start it over again, saying how great he is and how he's going to do this and that, X, Y, and Z the next year. Right? And it just makes zero sense. Even if he did, even though we all know he's not going to be here, sir. Like there would have to be an all-time great level of cheating for them to even pull that shit out. But this is what. But even if he did some kind of way, miraculously find a way to defeat Houston, it still doesn't make him the GOAT, bro. There's nothing he can do to be the GOAT. There's literally nothing he can do. He's not even the best player of his own era. We're gonna talk about that a little bit shortly after this. You're not the best player of your era. How can you be the greatest of all time? Please, hold on. You said 8 rings in my criteria for GOAT. What do you mean by that? Because if that's the case, you're talking about the only one could be the GOAT in your opinion is Bill Russell and his teammates. LeBron could have done it. 4 in Miami, 2 in Cleveland, 2 in LA, 8 rings. Yeah, but LeBron's GOAT case was officially over really after 2011. Some people try to say it was after the decision, but really after 2011, that's kind of what sealed it. There's no way you can say you're better than a man that haven't lost at all in the finals, never crumbled like that, never even had that many all-star teammates, and averaged more points per game than you. Way better score, just way better at the eye test, way better than you at a lot of things. And the only thing you have to say for yourself is longevity stats. And you're trying to make a case, it doesn't make sense. You lost 6 times in the finals. Like y'all need to stop this. But I mean, we get it. It's what it is. It's propaganda, and they have to promote. They have to promote their game. That's pretty much what it is. They got to promote their game because they need to sell to the public that this is the best league. This is the best brand of basketball that we've ever seen. And all of the money has been put, all of the stocks has been put on LeBron James. So they have to promote him. They're gonna milk that cow until it's nothing left. That's what they're gonna do. Let me ask though, anybody in the chat, does anybody believe that if LeBron James somehow, and of course this is saying, assuming that Luka and Reeves isn't going to come back in time. Let's say LeBron does find a way to defeat the Houston Rockets. Is there anybody in the chat that believes this solidifies him as the GOAT if he accomplished this? Now, I will give him credit. It will be a amazing achievement. He'll definitely get a lot of credit and respect from me if he somehow pulled this off. Because one of the things that I've always said about LeBron is he has never had a period in the playoffs where the team's back was against the wall, and he was like, you know what? I got us. Get on my back. I'm gonna take us to the promised land. He's never done that. Now, I know a lot of LeBron fans that will probably get ready to say 2018. No, he didn't do that in 2018. In 2018, he should have beaten every last team that he faced. and he did just that. It was nobody in his way. What I'm talking about is a fate such as this. Clearly, without Luka and Reeves, the Houston Rockets are better than them. But you are still able to overcome because you put your willpower in and be like, I will not lose this series. I got us until to buy us some time so that Luka and Reeves can come back and we can finish this off. And now we can face let's see, so with them being the 4 seed, they would have to face if they win, they would have to face Oklahoma City next. So now at full strength, we'll face Oklahoma City. I mean, judging by what we've seen, we already know Oklahoma City gonna make quick work of them. But the point is, LeBron would get a lot of respect and credit for that, even if they did get dismantled. By Oklahoma City, because he shouldn't have made it past Houston. So if he does pull this off, he would definitely. He probably would move up, possibly some in the ranks for me. Because to me, I know y'all, a lot of LeBron fans don't agree, but LeBron is not top 5 to me. If he pulled this off, perhaps we can get him into that top 5 range. But in my opinion, right now, he's absolutely not top 5. Got way too many stains on his resume. Don't give a fuck about his longevity stats. They don't mean shit to me. Whoop to do. You'll get some level of credit for that, but does that make you just better than everybody? Hell the fuck no. It's never been a thing before you, and it's not going to be for the real basketball fans now. Now, for the younger people that don't know better, sure. Is ESPN tried to make us watch the Lakers in the Houston matchup because I'm not. Congratulations if LeBron James does beat Houston Rockets. Kendrick Perkins, it doesn't move the GOAT conversation for me. Yeah, it shouldn't for anybody that are real fans of basketball. Oh, okay, I got you, Joe. So basically you're saying if a player manages to win 8 rings, you'll put them ahead of Jordan, pretty much. You can't tie Jordan. 7 is just one more, considering it will be a team effort. But if you lead a good team to 8, like if Shea win 8 or Brown and Tatum get 8, Wemby wins 8, that eclipses Jordan. I mean, I don't share that with you. I don't think you have to win 8 in order to surpass Jordan. I mean, it's a multitude of different things. Like how I look at it and how I judge it is how you won the rings, who was your competition that to a degree does matter. Did you join a super team to win it? That shit matters. Right? Did you team hop? How great were you at something? How did you leave the game when you were tired? That shit matters. Because to me, somebody can still be the greatest and win 4 rings. It just depends. Like if somebody wins 4, but let's say they end up playing a total of 18 years. They surpass Mike at total points. They points per game average is close to the same. They're excellent defensively. They changed the game in some kind of capacity. Let's say they got multiple defensive players of the year. Like let's just say Wemby does something like this, right? He had multiple defensive players of the year, 4 NBA Finals MVPs. Let's say he captures at least 3 to 4 MVPs, season MVPs, maybe 5 or something like that, because Mike got 5. He's multiple rebounds champs, multiple blocks champ. Yeah, I think something like that. And let's just say he pulls off a three-peat in the midst of those four. I think you could have a legitimate argument that he could challenge for it. Would they put him over the hump? Maybe not. But I don't think 8, you have to necessarily win 8 to get it. You said, what the fuck is willpower? So willpower is basically, bro, like I said, your back is against the wall. No one is expecting you to win, right? Nobody's expecting you to win. Everybody has pretty much said, yeah, they ain't winning this. This shit definitely going this way. Or let's say you were favored, but a key player on your team goes down. And then now everybody's like, yeah, they gonna lose now. And you like, nah, fuck that. I'm gonna carry us through this. LeBron James has never done that. And I challenge anyone to show me the time where this has happened for him. As far as I remember, he has never done that. Has he had some remarkable games? Sure. We'll never say that. But there's never been a time where he's like, damn. I think they got him this game. Like, perfect example for LeBron to have done that in 2015. In 2015, when Kyrie went down, Love was already out of the picture. He went up 2-1. If Kyrie would have found a way if LeBron would have found a way to win that championship, oh yeah. That's GOAT shit there. That's the type of shit you looking for when you're talking about the greatest of all time. Shit like that. He's never done it. Every time he's won, the odds has been stacked in his favor for the most part. And even if you feel like it wasn't stacked in his favor, it was at least close. It's never been a time we like, this man went all out and made sure his team brought home that trophy. Because they didn't have nothing. I didn't think they had it in them. This shit was a done deal. There's never been a time like that for LeBron James. Now, I can say a time like that happened for Mike. I can say a time like that happened for Steph Curry. I can say a time like that has happened for, let me see if we can get some more. For a lot of one. I can say a time like that kind of happened for Kobe against us, unfortunately. Well, I don't know. I can't even say that for him. I'm gonna take that back for Kobe because that he kind of should have won that still. So I'm gonna take that back. Try to think. Maybe he has one like that. But I'm just saying he doesn't have one of those on his resume. This would be now he has another chance with Houston. If he finds a way to beat Houston, oh yeah. That puts him closer. Still wouldn't be the GOAT, but it absolutely pushes him closer. Because like with being in his advanced age, and then obviously everyone is counting the Lakers out. And he pulls this off without his two of his best players. Yeah. There'll be GOAT-ish shit. I don't know if nobody will agree with me, but if it wasn't for Al Horford, the Warriors would have lost that game. I could agree with you with that, but Al Horford was just playing his part. Al Horford, Steph Curry was the reason Al Horford got those good looks, and he knocked them down. That's like the same with Steve Curry knocking it down for Michael Jordan, Ray Allen knocking it down for LeBron James. That's why, like, I know a lot of people give LeBron criticism for the Miami Heat 2013 games. They say he saved LeBron. I mean, you can make a case to say he did, but at the same time, you can't fault LeBron for a player like Ray Allen doing his job. That's what he's fucking out there for. That's how I always seen it. I'm like, bro, he did a job. I ain't gonna lie like that. He did what he's supposed to do. He made the fucking shot. That's what Ray Allen is out there for. So, and it's the same with Al Horford. He was out there for that, and he did his job. Hold up, wait a minute. People are putting Patrick Mahomes in front of Tom Brady. So I'm not a football guy. Time 88. So I can't super dive into that. Like, I am aware that Tom Brady has 7 rings. I've seen some of him, some of the remarkable comebacks and shit that he has done in games. But that would be a perfect example of the type of stuff I'm talking about. When you're down big or everybody's counting you out and you find a way to still get it done. That's GOAT shit. And I've sort of seen Patrick Mahomes do that to a degree. But like I said, I'm not a football guy. But yeah, I can't declare who's the GOAT of football because I don't know enough about football to really say. But I can say some of the stuff that I did see Tom Brady do is GOAT-ish. Because I'll never forget when they was playing the Hawks and they were down 3 touchdowns. And I was actually on set during that time, so I wasn't watching the game. But pretty much, I remember they were down 21 points, and I was celebrating because I was not rooting for Tom Brady. And then next thing I know, after I got offset, looked at the motherfucking score, this nigga had won. Mine came all the way back. So shit like that, that's GOAT shit. MJ6 is valued because he led his team without a strong big man and pretty much was the focal point of the offense. Yeah, and see, here's another thing, because here's another major dent in the LeBron fans that try to claim that he's the GOAT argument. They love to try to elevate Scottie Pippen to be higher than what he is. Scottie Pippen was a great player. However, the difference between Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan and LeBron James and all the other players that he has played with is LeBron didn't homegrow any of them. All of them were seasoned veterans. They were already good, and he joined them. That's what happened. And that's how he got his rings. Scottie Pippen was drafted. He wasn't that good when he first came into the league. He actually came off the bench at one point. Michael Jordan worked with him. They worked out. He pushed him. Scottie Pippen said it himself. He would have became the player that he became if it wasn't for Michael Jordan pushing him. Michael Jordan made him a top 10 level player in the league. He wasn't naturally just that. So that's the fundamental differences between when people try to somewhat overrate Scottie Pippen in order to downplay Michael Jordan so that they can try to say LeBron's better. It's bullshit. And most of them know that. They just do that because they are knowing trolls that just want to do it because they're fans of LeBron James. We get it. But that's pretty much what another major difference. But yeah, to wrap this topic up, pretty much, if LeBron does defeat Houston Rockets without Luka and Reeves, it pushes him, is a great boost to his legacy and stuff like that. But there's no way you can say he's the GOAT just for doing that. And this is another example of what I said on this channel. YD, if you on here, that's another example of what I was saying about them lowering the bar for LeBron. This is what I mean by it. Saying that you the GOAT because you defeated a team in the first round, that's crazy. It's like people talk about Tom Brady's willpower or his mental fortitude for Tom Brady believes he's never out of a football game. The greatest Super Bowl down 28-3. LeBron can get the Lakers past the Rockets. Everyone keeps like LeBron don't make his teammates better. They're wrong, and he still. Okay, Adam, you are clearly coming in here as a LeBron fan, and you are absolutely wrong. He doesn't make his teammates better, and they don't have a chance to beat Houston. So you can get out of it with that shit. But hey, you're welcome to have your opinion, but you're absolutely wrong. This is the thing, and who was it? Allen Houston, I want to say, or was it John Starks who was talking about this? He said it best. They push this notion that LeBron makes his teammates better. He doesn't. There's not one player that I can think of that LeBron James has made better. They push this notion that if you get assists, you make your teammates better. That's not true. Especially, it depends on how you get your assists. It doesn't make you mean you're making your teammates better. Making your teammates better means if he's not on the court, you should still be able to see the development of that player. Not him driving to the hole, somebody's doubling him, so he kick it out. You're a good three-point shooter, so you shoot it and you make the shot, and that means he's making you better. No, he's not making you better. You already possess that skill set. Now, could you say he highlighting your skill set, making it easier for your skill set already? Yes, but that doesn't make you better because he can go to Shaq's team and do the same thing. Shaq getting double, he kick it out. Guess what? You're a three-point shooter, you're still going to make it. He's not making anyone better. Making someone better is like what I just described. Michael Jordan making Scottie Pippen better. Scottie Pippen was nowhere near the prospect that he ended up becoming. He pushed him to be who he became. The same with a lot of other of Michael Jordan's teammates. Another example of someone making a teammate better. Steph Curry. Steph Curry turned Andrew Wiggins into an all-star. He was suffering over there in Minnesota before he came and played with Steph Curry. That's never been the case with LeBron. Everybody LeBron teams up with, they're already good. And he wants them to come over to share that with him. He's not elevating anyone. In fact, he had the opportunity to play with Wiggins. What did he do? He traded him. He traded him for another already well-built up player, Kevin Love. You know, the same guy y'all love to underrate and say he wasn't that good to try to uplift LeBron. Yeah, that guy who was over there averaging 26 points and 14 rebounds. he beat the Pistons in 09, but I can't remember the details. They swept them Pistons were probably done. No, they did not sweep the Pistons. What are you talking about? Hold on. 09. You said 09. I'm tripping. I'm thinking of the 07 run. 09, the Pistons won all that, though. So, I mean, okay. That doesn't mean anything. Who was on that Pistons team? No one. Everybody was long gone. And the good Pistons team that won championship were long gone, and they were older. Now, if he could, in fact, he underachieved in 09 because he lost to Dwight Howard that year. His team was better than Dwight Howard. You had the best player. They starting point guard was out. Like I said, each time LeBron has a chance to do those type of things that I'm talking about, he falls short. Think about that. Each time. Okay, LeBron, look, the team really needs you. We need you to put us on your back. He never does it. He falls short, bro. It's going to be hard to find a new face of the league because nobody's going to no one cares about the 10 finals thing except LeBron fans, bro. That shit's not that impressive. He didn't play anyone. Goodness. I don't know why y'all like this. Like, do y'all even pay attention to the games? Do you actually pay attention to what's going on? Think about this, bro. Let's go through LeBron's finals runs. His first time making it to the finals. 07. He got swept by the Spurs. His most impressive team that he beat that year was the Detroit Pistons. That was pretty good, but they try to say it was all him. But actually, if you pay attention, that team helped him out a lot that year. It wasn't no him just carrying them all through the series like they try to spread and tell you that's what happened. That's not the truth. But either way, that Pistons team wasn't all that. That wasn't the same Pistons team from 04, 05. Ben Wallace wasn't even on that team anymore. Not the same team. Then let's go to the next time he made it to the finals. 2011. I ain't even got to talk about them. That one goes without saying. You know we got dismantled. The most embarrassing finals of his career. But he got there. Why? Because he had Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade on his team. Not only that, think about this. In 2011, in 2010, who were the best teams in the East? The best teams in the East in 2010, you had the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Boston Celtics, the Miami Heat were cool, even though they didn't do that good that particular year. Wade was kind of hurt. The Toronto Raptors. Those were the top teams in the East. Think about that. And Derrick Rose just got, and the Chicago Bulls, Derrick Rose was rising up, right? Think about that. So LeBron James left Cleveland, so now Cleveland's not good anymore. Chris Bosh left Toronto, so now Toronto's not good anymore. And then the Celtics is still strong. The Bulls are still strong. The Miami Heat got stronger because they just went to them. Then Derrick Rose gets injured that year coming in. So now the Bulls are out of the way. Who's his competition, bro? Keep in mind the Celtics are getting old. He has no competition. So that's how he kept getting to the finals, dude. It was no one he was facing. No one. So y'all keep pushing this 10 final shit, bro. Any great superstar could have done the same thing if they was in that weak East like that. So stop trying to praise this dude for something that any great superstar, LeBron's level or higher, would have done. And then on top of it, y'all try to act like it was just LeBron. Each time he had a super team. It wasn't just him. He had a super team every single time. The only time it wasn't a super team was 2018. 2018 was his most impressive run since he didn't have a super team that particular time. However, he didn't face anyone. He faced 0 superstars, people. 0. So, of course, he should have made it to the finals. You're the only superstar in the conference. You should have made it to the NBA finals. I'm not tripping or race baiting. I'm speaking 100% facts. Like I always say, whenever LeBron James fans are saying you tripping, you wrong, you delusional, you hating, all this stuff you be saying, y'all can never discredit nothing I say. Everything I say right now is 100% factual. 100%. How about the Cleveland team he carried to the finals that had I said that before I even read it. Cause y'all say the same shit, bro. That team wasn't that bad. Y'all folks just make narratives. Actually watch the games. Actually look at the stats. I can see this dark jar that you're a real LeBron fan. You probably a Bron sexual, actually. You saying a bunch of garbage right now. A bunch of typical LeBron fans, Bron sexuals garbage that you're saying. You probably listen to Nick Wright a lot. You just hate. You just hate. You always hate. Hey, y'all. This is LeBron propaganda 101. Anytime you prove them wrong with or you spit out 100% facts, you are a hater, people. We understand the rules, LeBron fans. We get it. But like I said, and I'll drop the link for any of y'all that want to come up. Click the link and come up and explain yourself. But the thing is, you're not going to be able to discredit nothing I'm saying because everything I'm saying is the truth. We get it. Y'all like LeBron. That's cool. I'm not a fan of him, but I'm not going to sit here and just tell lies on his name either. When someone says something that's not true about him, I will correct them like, no, that ain't true. LeBron did this, X, Y, Z, whatever it is. I'm not going to sit up here and just make up narratives and lie like LeBron fans do. Y'all create narratives all the time. Say disingenuous things and leave out context to manipulate people to believe something that isn't true. I'll never do that. I'm only going to speak the facts. Actually, I figured you out. You just do this for interaction. I'm not entertaining it. See, I don't give a damn if you leave, bro. I don't give a damn because I'm not doing it for interaction. I'm doing it because I'm speaking the truth. No, y'all don't like it. Look at this clown. This LeBron fans acting. He said, you one of them broke dudes sitting on computer chewing Kobe. I'm not even, see the craziest part, bro? I'm not even a Kobe fan, bro. I respect Kobe a lot. I actually hated Kobe growing up. So what else you wrong about? Yeah, Curry didn't call up crying to Durant because he needed help. Nope, that's another narrative. Look, I thought you were done, clown. You said you were done. You still on here. You said you was done. Look at all these damn comments. And then y'all always say some, I'm not a LeBron fan. I'm just not a hater. You know what? You know how many of y'all say that? It's a group that I know that it's this goofy ass clown. He's put very similar to you that be saying, "Oh, I'm not a LeBron fan." And yet everything he posts is about LeBron. And anytime somebody says something about LeBron, he coming in the comment section trying to take up for him like he his girlfriend. Everything you post, you praising LeBron. And when somebody else make a post, one of your Bron sexual fanatics post something to praise him, you all over it cheering for him, but you not a LeBron fan. We don't see, and then there's another thing about y'all. Y'all some weird ass niggas, bro. Y'all some weird ass niggas because I never seen another fan base that feels the need to do this every single time for him. It's the difference between, you just love to have a spiritual debate with someone, right? Because you just love the game of basketball. All of that is fine. But when y'all just sit up here and just feel the need to take up for somebody when they are telling the truth, this is the thing. I can't stand the ones that's incapable of telling the truth about it. When somebody says something that's true, bro, y'all try to act like you start deflecting like little girls, acting like it's not true. And then you'll go to your classic, oh, you a hater, and then go to try to attack them, saying things like women do. That's what women do, bro. When they can't win an argument, they start trying to attack you and insult you. Like it's crazy. But hey, I get it. That's what y'all do, man. That's what y'all do. Kobe called people. See, this is the difference. Notice what you're saying, bro. Kobe called people all the time to join him with the Lakers. He called them to join him. That's different. LeBron is leaving his team, joining them. And then on top of that, Kobe never had anyone close to his level on his team outside of Shaq. And he can't help the Shaq situation because he was drafted and landed in the Los Angeles Lakers uniform. Same can be said for Michael Jordan. Same can be said for Steph Curry. Same can be said for Tim Duncan, Elijah Warren. All of the real greats, they stayed on their team and the people joined them, not the other way around. That's the reason why people got on LeBron so hard about the decision. He's the first player that was his caliber to leave his team and go join with another team, another player that's close to his same rank. Y'all on the same tier. You leave your team to go join up with him. I know Kobe got drafted by the Hornets, dude. I don't need you to tell me nothing like that. It's crazy. You the whole comment section sitting here whining about LeBron the whole time, but you're not a LeBron fan. What is the difference? LeBron calling them to go somewhere else because Cleveland is a small market. I never said nothing about LeBron asking somebody to come to Cleveland. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm getting on. I mentioned him going. Matter of fact, I didn't even say nothing about that period. But since you asking, it's a totally big difference between you joining somebody else's team and somebody joining yours. When somebody wants to join yours, you that do. So that's why they coming to you. But when you join somebody else, that just look weak, bro. Especially when you supposed to be the alpha dog. Might say they left because they couldn't. Man, you just sound like you're making excuses, bro. But it's cool. Yeah, I'm done, but you still here. You said you was gone probably like 20 minutes ago. Your little glass still up in here, though. Anyways, on to the next topic, good people. Had a little fun with the little Bron session that jumped up in here. We're going to go on ahead to the Steph Curry era because this is absolutely the Steph Curry era. 100% Steph Curry keeps on proving that this is the Steph Curry era, not the LeBron or Kevin Durant era. Now let me go ahead and get you Brian Sexual's talking points out before y'all get to say it, because that's what y'all do. Y'all come with the same weird ass shit. He only got one Finals MVP. Got it. Don't give a fuck. He beat LeBron for 3 of them. For 3 of the titles he had, he beat LeBron for 3. I don't want to hear nothing about no Kevin Durant. Don't want to hear that shit because LeBron had a super team too. He just so happened to lose to the better player. That's what happened. Don't give a fuck about it. Steph Curry actually won 2 titles without a super team. Steph Curry, I was talking with my brother today, and it was crazy. Like, this one was crazy. And we was conversing about a few different things because he's a Kawhi Leonard fan. I'm a Steph Curry fan. And we kind of conversed over that for a little while. And then we so happened to start. I can't even remember exactly how it happened, but we started talking about how LeBron James has been swept so many times, but yet they're trying to claim he's the GOAT and he's the best player of this era. And I'm like, no, bro, this is 100% Steph Curry's era. Because how can you be the GOAT or the best player in the era when you got somebody there that beats you 3 times, has just as many rings as you? In fact, one of your rings, a lot of people has an asterisk by it. They don't even really consider the bubble ring, including your own teammates who won the bubble shit with you. They don't even consider that to be a real. LeBron not the best of this era, my boy. I'm sorry to tell you, but he ain't. But you got somebody in the era that beat you 3 times, got 4 rings, 4 legit rings, the best shooter ever in the history of the game, carried his team on several occasions where everybody has counted them out. And on top of that, I'm about to start naming some crazy statistics that me and my brother so happened to find out. I was like, damn, I didn't even know that was that bad. It don't matter about him having 4 finals MVP. He was on the super team every time he won. That's what I know. Only people that really don't that thinks that, oh, it don't matter he was on the super team is people that are a fan of him or the media. Everybody else look at him like, bro, you got those rings rather easily. And 2 of those MVPs, in my opinion, he didn't deserve them because he was on the super team. He shouldn't have gotten them. But anyways, I don't care nothing about none of them accolades you name. All this shit, longevity bullshit. It's all good. He can have all of that. What did he win? That's what I want to hear. What did he win? When it was his chance to take his team to the mountaintop, and it was him, what did he do? Nothing. He needed somebody else, big players that were already established to come and save his legacy. That's what he needed. So, what I was saying is, you know what's crazy, y'all? This is the real crazy part. LeBron James has been swept 3 times. Your GOAT, for the people that believe the GOAT. I know YD don't have him as a GOAT. That nigga been swept 3 times, people. 3 fucking times. This is crazy. And gentlemen swept 4 times. So that means you got your ass whooped handily 7 times. 7. That is incredible, bro. And then one of them you got beat a record-setting margin. Like he has a lot of negative records too that y'all don't like to talk about. LeBron's not a two-way monster, so I don't even know how you putting that out there. But anyways, like I said, LeBron James, multiple time loser, got swept 3 times, gentleman swept 4 times, and then the person in your the craziest part, the person that's in your era that a lot of people believe is the best player of this era, beat you. He gave you 3 of them. Oh man, he gave you 3 of them. That is incredible. And then y'all know something else is crazy for those of y'all that don't know. Steph Curry has never been swept before, baby. Now, this is something a lot of people can't say. Matter of fact, we go down the all-time, the 10, let's say the 15 greatest player of all time. I wonder, can we still come up with it? Matter of fact, I'm going to do that right now. Because I know Michael Jordan has been swept. So, the GOAT has been swept. Magic Johnson, I know he's been gentleman swept because Steph Curry has never been gentleman swept either. That's the thing. He's never been swept or gentleman swept. So, and the difference is I got to give Michael Jordan a little something too. His sweeps was 3-0, not 4-0. But still, it was a sweep. Magic Johnson, I got to look that up to see if Magic Johnson ever been swept before. Let's check that out. Has Magic Johnson ever been swept? Yes, sir, he did. Got swept 4-0 in the NBA Finals twice. Once in 83 and once in 89. So he is disqualified. Has Larry Bird ever been swept? Let me check that out. I'm not sure. I know Shaq has been swept multiple times. I ain't got to look him up. Kobe has been swept. Tim Duncan has been swept. Larry Bird, let's see. Yes, sir. Larry the Legend got swept. Got swept by Milwaukee in 83. And he got swept by Detroit in 89. So, can't say that for Larry Bird. Let's keep going. How about Hakeem Olajuwon? Yep. Olajuwon was swept in 93. He got swept by in the first round by Seattle. Let's keep going. What other greats we got? Let me see. Yeah, Kareem been swept because if Magic got swept in 83, that means Kareem got swept. So I ain't got to look at him. You said stop praising losing. That's what you LeBron fans do all the time. Talking about, I know you had just mentioned stop praising losing. How I'm praising losing? I just said he's never been swept. That's praising him not losing. What are we talking about? This is crazy. Anyways, let's see. So Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Kobe, Shaq, Olajuwon, Tim Duncan, Larry. I said Larry, didn't I? Wilt Chamberlain, and that nigga been swept. Who else I'm not thinking of at the moment? Who did not think of? Magic. I don't think I said Magic. Kobe. Kevin Durant's been swept. LeBron's been swept. Yeah, bro. Of all the greats, Steph Curry stands alone. Steph stands alone. See, he don't see folks. LeBron fans don't like that. Steph Curry is the only player. Not only has he not been swept, he has never been gentleman swept. People. So you're telling me a player that beats you 3 times has 4 rings on your head. He did it without a super team for 2 of them. Did more with less. And he has never been dominated ever in a series. LeBron has been dominated several times. But you're telling me he's better than Stephen Curry. There's no way, people. It don't add up. Because this is the thing. If this would have been anybody else that's not named LeBron James, that the media doesn't protect and manipulate the minds to make you think he's better than what he is, you would easily be like, damn, he got beat by this guy that many times. He's been swept this many times. He's had this much help on his team, but he keeps losing. And each time they keep making up narratives on why he lost. It's always an excuse why he lost. Whenever this other guy loses, it's just he lost. They don't never say nothing about the other things. It's just he lost. But somehow this guy is considered better because he had longevity stats. That's literally all he has. You can throw a few accolades and stuff out there if you want to just make it look pretty. But at the end of the day, post-LeBron era, it's always been about winning. He has been the first player to come together, and now it's more so about how much stats you putting up. And it's crazy. Like yesterday, a lot of people counted the Warriors out yesterday. A lot of people was worried that the Clippers was going to beat them. And he rose to the occasion. Carried the team on his back. Did Al Horford hit some big shots? Yes. Did Santos play well? Yes. Parzinski played pretty well. Porzingis played pretty well. Draymond played stellar on defense. But if he was the engine, he didn't want to hit them big shots and put them ahead when they was falling apart. So this is the next thing. Now I will say this. This is saying that if the Warriors make it past the Phoenix Suns tomorrow and they have to face the Oklahoma City Thunder. I know a lot of LeBron fans that are aware that Stephen Curry has never been swept before. It's probably going to be rooting for him to get swept so that they can knock that off his resume. But I don't even think I'll go as far as saying that if he makes it to the Oklahoma City Thunder, I don't think they'll sweep him. I think he'll get one guy, at least. But I'll also say this: if he finds a way to somehow make it past the Oklahoma City Thunder, I don't want to hear nothing about this being LeBron's era. I don't want to hear nothing about LeBron being better than him. I don't want to hear none of that shit. Because LeBron could never. He'll never be the team, the caliber of the Oklahoma City Thunder, being the only superstar, especially at an advanced age. For him, all they're doing is looking to make excuses for when he loses. They already building the excuses in. That way he's in a win-win situation. If he lose, he's 41. What you expect? He win? Oh my God, he won at 41. They do that every time. It's like that every year. They've been doing that since he's been what 37. Each year they keep doing it. Anyways, though, on to my last topic of the day, people. We're gonna talk Oklahoma City Thunder and their chances of repeating. What we got here, good people. Oklahoma City's chance of repeating. Now, I know a lot of people have them repeating, and some people believe that the Spurs will take them down. For those of y'all that's in the comment section and you want to share your opinion, go ahead and let me know. Who do you got? Shout out to all my people that's tuning in on X. I see you. So who do y'all got taking down OKC? If anybody. So for me, the only person I can think of is I think the only person who legitimately have a chance, possibly, is like I said, three teams, Spurs possibly, although I think their youth is gonna go ahead and get the best of them. I think the experience and of course Shea is gonna be able to get them through to go ahead and beat the Spurs. But hey, a lot of people believe that they're gonna be the ones to take them down. Also, we got some noise coming from Denver. Some people believe that the Nuggets got a shot at knocking them off. I'm not one of them. But also, there's a threat out there in the East. Some people are making some bets for the Celtics. I just don't see it going chalk. I feel an injury or upset coming somewhere. So you don't think Oklahoma City will repeat? Well, I'll say this: if something like if they don't end up repeating, I just I really hope it's not something like an injury. I hate for something like that. Like if they, was to get dethroned, let it just be basketball. Someone was the better team and they overcome them. I don't know what's up with this thing lately with this. Like keep on stopping me from getting this ugly ass dude out of here, right? He keep on coming back. You're a knowing ass ugly ass dude, right? You a lame ass nigga. Man. Anyways, I'm about to go ahead and jump up out here. And I don't know why the fuck. It's crazy. This shit will not let me put this ugly ass fool out. Let me see if I can do it on my YouTube side. Cause this ugly ass nigga annoying. Yeah, I happen to X.